Yeah, let's do it. All right, Pisces, let's get into a reading. So I was actually going to start a collective reading and was like, all right, Pisces. And I was like, well, I guess I'm supposed to talk to Pisces today. As soon as I started this reading, I started hearing, I'm going to love you forever. Forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather. As long as old women sit and talk about old men. You got someone attached to you. This could be someone you're dating. Some of you could be dating this person. You could be in no contact, but if you're in no contact, I feel like this person will be taking action like very soon. So if this person don't take action within the next few weeks, this is not your reading. There is someone here that you're either in a relationship with or a no contact that's about to come in and assure you that they really want this, that they're dialed in to you, with you, and where they want to go. Now, you could be in a relationship with this person. Whoever this is, though, they want to assure you that you're the one for them. And I will happily tell you again and again and again and again and again that you're the person I want and that you're the person I'm crazy about. This person wants to be with you forever. They feel like you really balance them and they feel like they balance you. They feel like you both bring out the good sides of one another. I bring out the good in you, you bring out the good in me. Friendly reminder, guys, if you need anything, check out the comment section. If this reading is extended, you can find it down below at Gumroad or Patreon. Patreon members get readings first. They also get bonus readings depending upon what tier you're in. Sometimes I do giveaways too on the highest tier. And yeah, my Patreon's down there. My Pinterest is down there. My Instagram's down there. Courses and workshops are 30% off. So the code, and if you want all that, you can find it down below. Wanting to plant seeds, preparing for the future with you, wanting to take this steady and slow, wanting to build a solid foundation with you. I want to form a structure not even a hurricane can tear down, is what I just heard. It could be a no contact, but I don't know if it is. This could just be someone where there's been a little bit of a distance. They want to come in and assure you that they do want this, that they want to build something solid and that they're preparing for the future with you. And not only are they going to tell you that, but they're going to really start putting in the work and they will drop every other ball in their life except yours. I want you to know that you're important. I want you to know that this is where my time, my effort, my attention is going. I know you'll be understanding if I need to change my mind or if I have to put the dog or the kid or whatever ahead of you. But I want you to know that when I plant seeds, this is where the seeds are being planted. And I want to assure you that I'm not going anywhere. That my mission is to build something solid with you. It's for us to have a solid structure and for us to have a solid foundation. Because they feel that you balance them and they balance you. We bring the best out in one another. And not everybody does that. They want to have the strength and the courage to there is a conversation they want to have with you. Maybe about something that they feel could become an issue in the future. This could be your independence. This person, for some of you, if you're single, this person's a little intimidated by your independence. They feel like that's a side of you that they can get behind, but that could be a little bit, it could be a toxic side of you, that you are so, I am me by myself. You are just a bonus. That's it. Don't get it twisted. I like you. I want you. You ain't needed. They can feel that that's a little bit toxic side of you. And they want to have a conversation about that as well. How they understand that you have no problem setting a boundary or letting what you feel, what you want be known. But that their intentions is to balance this, is to heal this, is to love you forever. And they want you to know that that you can let that side of you down. You can allow your guard down. You can trust them enough to know that they can see the worst sides of you and they're going to love those sides of you just as much. But they do maybe want to have a conversation with you about it. There could be a little bit of worry here. For some of you, this person could be wanting to assure you, but they could want the assurance back. I want to assure you that I'm not going anywhere, but can you assure me the same? Because they could feel like a lot of people find you attractive or a lot of people like you, and that's kind of something that's a double-edged sword. I like people wanting what I have, admiring my partner, but it's also overwhelming because there's something in the back of my head going, well, what if he or she likes them more? So there could be a little bit of insecurity here. I am seeing you guys, y'all are a match when it comes to action and showing up for one another. You're a match when it comes to wanting to start this from the beginning, wanting it to be everything you've both wanted, but also recognizing that if you're not aware and you're not conscious, it can turn very maybe toxic or consuming very quickly. If this is your reading, you're going to be the kind of couple where you guys are going to have constant conversations about reconnecting and making sure you're on the same path. You guys are going to constantly have conversations about where are we going, what do we want. And last week we said this was our goal, this is what we were thinking. But what about this week? What's your goal this week? What are you thinking this week? Do you think we can do it? Are you kind of pessimistic this week? Because we're humans. Each day our mind's going to change. Our feelings are going to change. It's like you guys are willing to recognize that not everything's going to be easy, going to be simple. But as long as you don't give up on one another, it's going to be worth it. I'm seeing geckos here, lizards. One of you definitely feels like a fish out of water when it comes to this conversation. So one of you is going to be able to assure the other one easier. The person that's going to have a harder time might stutter during the conversation. They might not be able to completely understand what they're trying to say. They're going to feel like a fish out of water when it comes to them offering you this, them putting their heart on the line, them assuring you of what they want. It's kind of like taking them back to grade school. Do you remember when you guys were in grade school? Some of you might not remember. Some of you might not have even done this. But you remember when you were like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade and you would have a crush on someone and you would tell them. There's a lot of vulnerability. There's a lot of, oh, I don't know if they're going to like me. What are they going to say? Did any of you ever do the notes where you would send them a note and be like, do you like me too? Check yes or no. And then they would send it back and you're really anxious. Are they going to say yes? Are they going to say no? Do they want the same thing as me? That's kind of what I'm getting. It's like the person who's going to do the assuring, the person who's wanting to take the action to start this conversation, to put this all out in the open, they feel like a fish out of water. They're not used to being the person to send the notes in grade school. They're used to getting the notes. But they know that maybe you're a little more comfortable doing this, which is why you shouldn't do it. There's something here about them being vulnerable, them showing up in a way that might be uncomfortable, but is showing you that they're willing to do what they need to do to have this with you. Just like you're going to show up in ways that you might not be comfortable, but you're going to do it because that's the compromising of this relationship. Again, you guys make each other better. And with that, there's an awareness of this can go downhill quick, but if we continue to manage our expectations, what we want, what we're expecting, where we're going, this could be something that other people want, that they're jealous of, because we're gonna figure it out with one another. We are made for one another. You see me, I see you. We have a lot of desire. We have a lot of passion. Very interesting. Give me a little bit more. Yeah, they want to assure you. I'm telling you, these are dreams. These are hopes. These are wishes. You both are fantasizing about the same thing. You guys could maybe even, here coming up, talk about your goals, your wishes, your fantasies. There could be differences here around the foundation and what victory and success looks like, what would make you guys emotionally fulfilled. So this could be something as simple as one of you wants to live in a camper, one of you wants a 3-bedroom house. One of you might want to be a traveler. One of you wants to have children and settle down. There could be a little bit of a difference that you guys are going to have to work through. There's going to be a speed bump. But again, I think you guys just having the mutual awareness of no matter where I go, no matter what we go through, no matter what happens, I want to choose you and you want to choose me. I just seen something light up and there's nothing here. It looked like a phone lighting up. Interesting. Having a lot of hope. Recognizing that what you guys have between one another is hard to find. So if you have it, you need to see it and you need to hold on to it. And you need to fight for it. And you both are recognizing that you don't want regrets. And that if you don't give this everything, you are going to live with regrets. Okay, give me a little bit more. Why does this person feel the need to assure you? Because maybe their ego hasn't been wanting to be this vulnerable with you, to tell you how much of a hold you have on them, to tell you how crazy they are about you. You know, it's funny because it's like the assurance they're going to give you is the assurance they need. It's really hard for this person to come in and say, you have a hold on me and it freaks me the hell out. It scares me to my core. It is so hard for me to let you in because once you're in and you see me, there's no undoing that. There is a lot of passion and lust and sexual desire and chemistry here, just to let you know. What does this person want? I want to be so in love with you that I have no fears, no worries, no doubts. Now I'm hearing I'm so in love with you, I hope you know. Wanting you to know exactly how they feel for you. Yeah, again, wanting to offer love. Feeling bound to this. It's like this person can either give into this wholeheartedly or they can try to fight it, and then they're going to get very sucked dry by their energy. They're going to feel very bound to you and not want to give to you. That could become toxic if this person ever decided to do that. But I feel like this person, instead of fighting it, instead of being like, no, this is toxic, this is horrible, this is blah, 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 this is going to suck me dry, this is going to be the reason I can't get up, this is going to be my downfall. Instead of doing all that, this person's like, yeah, I could do that. Or I can see that there is something here forming. I can see that there is something here that makes me want to create. There is something here I'm attracted to. There is something here that feels peaceful, that feels harmonious. Yeah, we might not get along all the time. Nobody does. But if I want to put it in a box of this is toxic, you're a karmic, this ain't good for me, it's going to be just that. And that's why this person, instead of like fighting with you or arguing with you and seeing that as this relationship being toxic, they want to come in and go, you know, I love how we're so passionate for one another that even when we fight, we're passionate in that. It isn't about you being right, me being right. It's about us standing our ground and saying, you're not going to change me. We're allowed to disagree and still have passion in the disagreement. And instead of this person looking at it and going, oh, this relationship's so toxic, we're stuck in a pattern, I don't know if I should want to put in the work with you, they know deep down that that's merely a surface level issue, that there could be something, a mindset, a way of thinking, something that they're holding on to that isn't good for them. It could be a way that they want this relationship to be or a way that they thought it was going to be. So if you go into a relationship and in your mind you have a vision of what it's going to look like, you're probably going to be disappointed because 9 times out of 10, things don't go the way we want it to. As long as you're open-minded, you can recognize that it might not be what you wanted it to be, but it's better. That's where this person's at. I could recognize that it ain't going the way I wanted. I don't have control. I can't change your mind. We fight. You got a backbone. There's all these negatives that they could see as negatives. But in their mind, I don't want to see it as negatives. Those are positives. You'll call me out because you're not scared to call me out. And I'm seeing that putting effort into this isn't me getting stuck. It's me going towards something that's going to be stable, going to be balanced, going to be steady, going to be harmonious. It's like, again, a mindset shift is really helping here. And maybe in past relationships, this person would have been quick to be like, oh, you're an energy vampire. This is a trauma bond. This is a pattern I'm stuck in. Not with you. They feel the need to open up, to receive, to give. to see where it can go. So this person is going to want to assure you that you're for them, that they want everything, and they want the same assurance. Yeah, not blocking their heart chakra, not keeping things close, recognizing that they could have fear to get outside of their comfort zone, to approach this relationship differently, but they're also recognizing that approaching this relationship in a way that maybe they feel would have been necessary could actually damage it. So the fact that they're feeling the need to do something different, to open up to you, to tell you how in love with you that they are, to not let their ego run the show. You know, maybe in past relationships, their ego would run the show. I ain't sorry, you're sorry. You're the first person they've ever wanted to look at and go, I am so sorry, and I really mean it. Because their ego has no place in this relationship, and they know that. And you really have them at a place where they want to admit not only how much of a hold you have on them, you can mirror their toxicity. So if they're toxic, or if they allow their ego to fuel the relationship, you might mirror that. If you live with this person, they might get up and be in a mood, and you might mirror that mood, not because you want to, just because it's natural. That could have allowed this person to see where their ego is a problem, where they really need to change and evolve so they can be better in this relationship. And it could have been really hard for them to let this knowledge in. But them being madly in love with you is getting them to a place where they're willing to look at things differently, see things differently, and notice their behavior and their problems. And again, not wanting to have any regrets. So I will regret if I put this in a category of, this is just a toxic relationship. Now, if you're with this person, you guys could have went through a season of feeling maybe stuck, feeling like you guys are preparing things and it's not getting you to where you want to go. You guys are going to have a deep conversation here coming up, and then there's going to be movement forward. One of you could be wanting more balance than the other one, and that could be another conversation that needs to be had. Going towards a new cycle. This change is happening fast. This person could be a little worried around this new beginning, around some sort of plan, action, or truth. But it is going to lead you guys to a new start. So this person coming in and having this communication with you is going to allow you both to see it clearly, and for you both to go towards a new start, something that you both desire. For some of you, you're with this person and they want to take a new job, a new career. They could want to start a business. There could be something new that they're desiring to do. They don't want your permission, but they do want to have a conversation with you about it. But they could be overthinking whether or not you're going to say okay. You know, maybe this is a spouse. You guys have 3 kids. They want to go buy a Corvette. In your mind, you might be like, that ain't practical. In their mind, they're like, but it is practical. I feel the need to go buy a Corvette. What do you mean it ain't practical? They feel that you might give them a little bit of like conflict. So they're kind of preparing themselves for that. But I don't see that happening. I see a conversation. I see a truth. And I see decisive action being made. And I think this person is really going to get an epiphany around you. That whatever they were worried about, they're going to break free from that. This is someone who feels like you might challenge them. They love that you challenge them, but they don't want you to challenge them when they need your support. And they're trying to figure out, are you guys on that level yet? Are you at a place where you know when to challenge them and when to not? I see yes. I see you guys have been around one another long enough, or that they know you long enough to know. It's like, I know when I should challenge you and when I should just shut up and let you live. And I think whatever this is, you're going to kind of shut up and let them live. I see them really assuring you, though, that they want this with you forever. But I also see that there could be something this person wants to do that you might not be okay with, but that you might just be like, whatever, do what you need to do. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. If you want to go get a Corvette, go get a Corvette. But I want a brand new Yukon. That could be for some of you. It's like, we're not going to argue about anything. Yeah, I've been waiting for the right time to make my move because I've been ignoring my feelings around this. Because they're scared. Because they're scared. This person does have a hard time letting people in. This person could feel a lot of shame when they tell someone something and it isn't agreed with, or if they get a lot of like negative feedback. So again, if this is someone who's wanting to start like a business proposition, a business prospect, go buy a car, even if you guys have 4 kids together, they're a little worried about bringing this to your attention because they feel like you might say now is not the time. Loving the way they feel around you though. It's like they know that you're not going to say no, but they're scared. They could have made the wrong choice in the past, and that could be something that's bothering them, is that they feel that they made a bad choice in the past, and they want to come in and assure you, you know, I'm not leaving, I love you, I know I made a bad choice in the past, but what if we do this now? They're a little worried, if you guys have been together 10, 15, 20 years, that you might say, okay, remember when you made that choice back then? That was a bad choice. I don't know if I trust your judgment anymore. Again, I don't see you doing that, but they are worried about that. They are worried that you're going to kind of chalk it up to be like, no. And they want you to know that it's really hard for them to let you in, for you to see this, for you to know what they're feeling, what they're thinking. Again, they feel the same way. So if this is something that took place, they're like, no, I know I made a bad choice. You don't have to shame me all the time for it, though. Like, God, I know I made a bad choice. I told you I learned it. That's kind of what I'm getting. This is a no contact. They want to come in and assure you that they want to be with you. But they could have been trying to ignore you and their feelings. Now they could be trying to wait for the right time to come towards you and to tell you that they feel the same for you and that they want to fix this. But it's really hard to let you in because emotionally they don't want anyone to really see the real them. They have felt that every time someone has seen the real them, they haven't been accepted or loved. So it's kind of overwhelming. They feel like you're their weakness and that you have a lot of power over them. So if they do come in and want to assure you and indulge in you emotionally and let you know what they're feeling, what they're thinking, you have the ability to make them or break them. You are their weakness. And they don't really take this lightly. They don't take this situation lightly. Like if they're going to come in and assure you that they want you forever, this isn't something that they just thought about overnight. They don't take the choice of coming in and playing with someone's emotions or speaking a truth lightly. If they speak it, they meant it from the heart. That's how this person is. And they want you to know that you're special to them. But again, I don't feel like that this is someone you've been in separation with for years and years and years and years and years. Could be someone that didn't want a commitment and was unsure if they could be the version of themselves that they needed to be with you. That could be for some of you. If that's the case, what do they want now? If it was the person who didn't know if they could be what they needed, they could want love. They could want to heal something. They could want to communicate. They could have ended up having to start a new job or do something new around their finances before they could come towards you. They want you to know that if this is a no contact, they want you to know that they see you as a very positive part of their life and that they're very grateful for you and that they see you as someone that wants to take care of them. There's a lot of sincere feelings. There's compassion. There's love. But that they could have also been avoiding the fact that this person could have not wanted to see that they attracted you because they were in denial. How could I attract something so beautiful when I'm so broken, when I'm so indecisive, when I don't want to move forward? And they could be overthinking that, especially if it's a no contact and they went cold. They could be observing you and blocking any sense of emotions. deciding if they want to reach out. I'm asking, what are they going to assure you of if they're a past person? They're going to come in and tell you that they've done a lot of self-reflection around what they wanted. When you met this person, they had no hope, no dreams, no wishes. They were just a shell of a human. They could have also been emotionally all over the place and didn't have the ability to express what they wanted, what they needed, or where they were going. Because again, they might not have known. They could have lost hope. Now they're at a place where they could want to balance something if you guys are in conflict, and they're feeling really burdened by it because they are recognizing that they could have been very cold and detached and that they weren't seeing this dynamic from a very clear perspective. Now they could want some sort of opportunity with you because they do see you as this nurturing person. How long ago was this that you guys chatted? 7 days, 7 weeks, or 7 months? Again, a defensive energy, a guarded energy, a wall up, someone not someone not wanting separation, someone wanting confusion to end, but also being met with a blockage. Okay, so what ended up happening is if this is a past person, you ended up blocking this person off. You were like, no, I get it. You don't want us to separate or let go of one another, but you're also guarded as hell. You got a wall up, you defensive. I ain't playing with you. And you could have decided to complete a cycle and to say, you know what, I obviously am not seeing something clearly, so I'm just going to let myself know that. This person could now want to come in and tell you that they are seeing something differently around conflict that you guys had. Could be something that disappointed you for some of you. What is this person going to offer when they come in if this is a no contact? They're going to bring in clarity. So when this person comes in, they could want to get through a discussion of conflict. But I see you accepting the conversation for what it is and maybe letting this person go. They're going to want to come in and assure you that they're a different person. But if this is a past person, there is some sense of disappointment in divine timing that you got that could have made you feel very emotional with the Queen of Cups. Your intuition could have told you that eventually they would come back or have this conversation with you, but it could come out of nowhere when you're at a different phase or on a different path in your life because they have regret and sadness around keeping things to themselves. So why do they feel the need to come back and assure you then? I'm just confused. Because they want to talk about an ending that hurt. And they've changed their perspective. So the reason they want to come back is because they've changed their perspective around something and they want to have a conversation about it. They also want to let you know that they were discontent with something that took place in the past. And it's never really gotten off of their shoulders. It still burdens them. So even when this person comes in, they're still going to assure you that you're the one for them. But that maybe, just maybe, they're not the one for you. In their mind, you're everything. But there's also something here about this person being very discontent, being burdened, being anxious, being worried, being defensive, and maybe not being able to be the version of themselves they need to be with you. Because I do see that they lack hope. They maybe even lack dreams. This person might not be a dreamer. There's something here where they really lack hopes, dreams, wishes. They might even have a hard time expressing their emotions as well, which could lead to disappointment for you because you could expect something or you could need something from this person and they're never able to fully give it. So you always feel like something's missing with this person. So just know that if this is a no contact, they could want to come in and assure you that they care about you. Yep. They could even spy on you or gain information around you. They could see you as some sense of wish fulfillment, but they could also see you as someone where they have some sense of growing up to do or a lot of healing to do. That's the way that this person thinks. All right, I'm going to leave it here. See you guys tomorrow.